Hey, what's good, folks? Thom Badinger from the Halo Classic in St. Louis. Right now, I'm standing next to one of the guys behind the scenes. It's going to be Zach Smith. He's wearing the Denial jersey, and we're going to get into it. But I'll let you introduce yourself to the crowd.
Yeah, sure. Zachary Smith here. Famously known for owning money matches. We do data analytics, and mock gambling. We also own a multitude of companies in the frame, like Cinch, which is the controller company over there. We use buttons, not paddles, because we believe that paddles are only belong in canoes. So big fan there. We have a media company called Eastern Media. We have a clothing company called Sentinel, who made this jersey, all American made, printed and made material in America. We're tired of dealing with all those Chinese sweatshops. Not about that. We have a gaming studio. We have a capital company. And yeah, other data companies in there like Conquer and stuff like that.
So it sounds like you have everything except for an esports team itself, and you fixed that.
Yes.
Talk to me about the acquisition of Denial and
Sure.
why you decided to go with – why did you decide to acquire Denial instead of start your own?
Sure, of course. So, I don't know shit about finance, so we have qualified people that help us out. And we went out to go buy part of an org, and we went through the the hoops, and for about a year we went and we were negotiating with major orgs about buying a percentage, and some of them are my friends, some of them aren't, and and we realized we were going to spend a lot of money, 7 figures, on getting a portion of an organization, and we couldn't really gain control, which we do, like control of things that we own or that we throw 7 figures at. So one day I was on a podcast called the Cloutcast with a bunch of these designers, and they're like, "Oh, you don't have an org," and I'm like, you know what? Can I say fuck? Yeah. Fuck it. I cuss too much not to say. I'm sorry. Fuck it. There you go. Thank you. So I was like, fuck it, I'm going to buy Denial's debt. I'm going to change the name to In Denial, and I'm going to turn it into an esports news organization like The Onion. And so we were all like laughing, blah, blah, it was hilarious and all that jazz. And it started like the seed in my brain. I was like, why not? And so I brought it to the team because we were talking about starting our own, and we had gotten advice from other people that had moved on from our company, that had gotten better in higher positions. They're like, why don't you start your own org, Zach? And just the time that goes into it is so it's huge, right? So the huge amount of time. And so we took the finance, and I took it to the co-founder of Money Matches, my best friend Jacob Cecil, and I said, do you think we could do this? And he texted me back, and he was like, I think at this point in time we can do what the fuck we want. And so I texted Robbie, the previous owner of Denial, and I said, hey, hope you're alive, because no one had heard from him. Yeah, no one at all. I said, hope you're alive. It's Zach from Money Matches. And calls me like 2 days later. He's like, are you recording this? And I was like, no, I'm not recording this. Because of that, I don't know if you ever saw that cruise ship thing. So I was like, no, I'm not recording this. And he goes, okay. He goes, why do you want to do it? And I said, well, one, it's the right thing to do. Okay, it is. The players got fucked. People got burned, and there was a big hole left in the industry with Denial leaving. And two, like we get to it. Cost to debt ratio was, for the popularity was just. The numbers made fucking sense to me, and I'm stupid. So when it comes to that, and so I told him, and he was like, "All right, well, let's make a deal." And so we made a deal. Robbie got none of Denial. We paid all the debts for the players, and he had taken out loans, bank loans, and things like that. And so we paid those debts as well. So in a sense, he did get helped out. I know that people were like, "You should have fucked him," and I'm not in the business of fucking people. He's not a bad person. He did a bad thing. And so we paid off his debts, and then we're going through and correcting all his wrongs. And there's been some players that are like, well, we were kind of under contract, we weren't, and we just pay them anyways because it's the right thing to do. Like the Call of Duty team technically wasn't under a contract. We're paying them all back right now, and it's like, hey, you guys earned it, you deserve it. So yeah, that's kind of like the origin story, I guess.
Yeah, and that's a big deal. You keep going back to, the right thing to do. Yeah. And I look at the people surrounding you. You've got Blackbeard. He's kind of like the right guy here. A lot of energy, a lot of passion. That's esports, baby. Yeah. The passion, the energy. Talk to me about the people that you surrounded yourself with to jumpstart this new Denial endeavor.
Yeah, sure. So we have Blackbeard, obviously, and I'll touch on that shortly. But we have Emmanuel Lovejoy, a.k.a. Hoaxer. He was a big guy at our company, our general manager at Money Matches, and he's the most qualified person to be a director of operations that I could think of. And he's an ex-professional player, ex-professional coach, amazing, smart businessman at my company already, make him that. And then, you know, when we started grabbing, like, our talent guy is Yogi. You know, Yogi, you know, was a professional H1Z1 player, played in the league, everything, got fucked by Denial. You know, got fucked by Denial, and you know he was playing Blackout, and I was like, Yogi, and he's a good businessman. I was like, Yogi, I need some little, because he's a Southern boy, I need some Southern charm in my life, and I need someone with the brains that can find the talent. And we just started hand-picking our guys from the inside first, and then we'll grab people from the outside as it comes. You know, we're looking for a COO right now, and you know we got a couple people in mind. And but we're gonna keep the Denial team as a whole really tight, because what I think a lot of orgs make an error on, and mind you, I'm only on this org for 19 days. But I do sponsor a lot of orgs, and I see a lot of flaws. Is I hate the fact that, like, owners don't give their cell phones out. Their numbers out, right? Why is it hard for a player to contact their owner? You know, is it hard for me to contact my boss? You know, if I don't work at McDonald's, I can't get Mr. McDonald. You know, like on the phone.
Is that his name?
No, it's not, because you've seen the movie, right? Where we're not even gonna get into that. No, but you get the story. So what I see, they have, you know, director of this team or manager of that team and this and that. And I'm like, and to me, I'm like, why do we need all that? Why can't we just get the job done? If you're doing your job right, it should be pretty easy. It's easy when you try, right? And I think a lot of people don't try it.
Well, it's easy when you. I'm going to follow your lead.
Yeah.
It's easy when you give a shit, and there's a lot of give a shititude behind what you guys are doing. And I think, like you said, one of the big problems with esports kind of people coming in from the outside is just that they're from the outside. Yeah. A lot of the people you just mentioned from the inside. I think that's really unique. Now, kind of shifting gears here, everybody's going to be asking the question, especially considering the history of Denial. Yeah. Where's the money coming from?
I mean, if you check on Reddit, I think my family money. I think that's what they say. Or this is a good one. My dad's the CEO of a casino.
The fake credit cards.
Fake credit cards. Yeah, that one's good. That one's a good one. There's a multitude of ways, but I actually work for a living as well.
Believe that.
Yeah. Wow. Weird. So I basically professional middleman deals, and I get paid when deals get pushed through. So a lot of people can't understand that and can't comprehend that that's a real fucking trade, but I'm pretty good at it. And I've kind of brought it into esports, and you can kind of see the success that comes around that. So the money that's paying these players back, it's all my money, and Jacob Cecil, the co-founder of Money Matches, he works too, so for the record. So he's he does work for a casino. So but that's where the money comes from, and so that's, you know, paying all the debt back and things like that. You know, we've never taken a dollar from anyone. We've never taken an investor. We've never taken a VC, and I think a lot of people don't like that. And I'll tell you why. It's because we can say fuck you and other people can't. And I don't have a boss calling me like, hey, you can't say that. And a lot of people look at that as ignorance and arrogance, and I think of it as that's the American dream.
The creative liberty to kind of do what you want, chase that dream. I mean, that's esports, baby. That's what it's about. It's just follow the heart. Yeah. And I really feel that. I think that's interesting. So we've covered the past. We've covered the present. What's the future for Denial look like? What do you want to do with this logo right here?
So, as Blackbeard says, take it to the top. By the way, the most positive person in the world. Some people think his videos are fake. The first time I met Blackbeard, I thought I got back from one of those seminars, like those self-help seminars, and every time I'm around him, you know, every time I'm around him, he is just the most positive individual. You know, he gets fucked on something, he's like, man, shucks. You know, like that's his voice too. You'll see his interview. You'll know exactly what I'm saying. Yeah?
He's 3 times the size of Zach, by the way. I'm just putting that out here.
Big boy. Yeah, he's like, shucks. I'm like, what do you mean, shucks? He's like, you know, it is what it is, Zach. Oh, you know, to the top. You know, and so he's just a great guy. And so, you know, after, you know, spending time with them. And he was just the perfect person to make the CEO and the face of Denial, you know, and with proper guidance, which I think myself and my team can add, you know, he's going to be one of the greats, in my opinion. So what we're doing, obviously, we're starting with our roots, which is Halo. You know, I come from the old Halo world. I actually personally hate Halo 3. I think it's a terrible game, for the record. But, it doesn't matter, and I say this all the time, it doesn't matter what game we're playing, I will always support it because that's where we built our soapbox, so might as well start there. We have a PUBG team. Unfortunately, they could not make it into the Pro League yesterday, but they are in the Challenger League now, so we're sticking with them. We picked up the second best Gears of War team in the world. I know he said best. They're going to be the best, but they are currently ranked second on the way to Mexico City February 1st. We're in talks with a few Call of Duty teams. I know half the Twitter world is wanting us to announce our Call of Duty roster, and I will continue to troll you. Even when we have a Call of Duty roster, I will continue to not tell you that we have a Call of Duty roster. We're looking to get in Smite, Street Fighter as well. And a few other games, it's kind of slow. We don't want to do the whole. There was a big problem when, and I mean no offense by this, but when Weed Maps came in and did Ghost Gaming, they came in and they inflated the market and then started pulling out, and now all these players are left, with these astronomical debts and thinking that they deserve 12K, 15K, 20K. Do they deserve that? Yes. Is it for the market? Is it market prime for that? No. There's a big difference. So we're not going to come in and just start buying up the best and do the best and start paying astronomical salaries, because that's not smart for business. That's not smart for my bank account, and that's not smart for the industry, man. So.
Sounds like you're doing it right. You're saying all the right things, and I'm excited. There's a legacy behind Denial, maybe a little bumps and bruises, but it sounds like you're the guy to kind of clean it up and shine it off. Thanks for your time. Is there anything else you want to let anybody know? Because this is a new chapter for Denial, and I think you're a big force behind it.
Yeah, I think signing off, realistically, we know Denial's past. We acknowledge it. That's why we didn't delete the tweets from Twitter. It's why we didn't delete, the stuff off the site. It's not why we're not purging the internet. We know that happened, and we want you guys to know that happens. We want the new fans to know that happens, but we also want you to know what the fuck we did and came in and we saved the players. We paid them when we didn't have to, and we settled the debt so that we could bring back a legendary brand. So bumps, bruises, scars, they only build you up. And we live by that. We live by the fuck you mentality. So we just want to say, hey, let's keep it positive. Denial hopefully will be a force to be reckoned with in the future, and we look to go toe-to-toe with the big guys.
Zach Smith, Denial Esports. Thanks again, man. Appreciate it.
My pleasure. Seriously.